What's happening, everybody? I'm showing some previous battles that I showcased on a stream of mine, but these battles were pre-recorded as a test to see if I could make better content. So if you enjoy how I explain these battles, do let me know down below. I battle against a Zamazenta in the first battle, and I get the rage quit from the trainer when I make some epic reads. Hit that subscribe button. I'm using my Tailwind's Trick Room Whimsicott team. Let's get battling. Ahead to, here we go. So, same team as what I've already been using. Going up against Sableye, Kyogre, Porygon 2, Zygarde, Zamazenta, and Solgaleo. So like I see their team and straight away I'm going, well, Sableye is scary. They've got Quash, there's a possibility, like you never know, but there's possibilities. So Quash, Will-O-Wisp, Trick, Fake Out, they're all really good options that Sableye can have. Okay, so Sableye, scary. Porygon 2, also scary because, well, Trick Room. And then you got Solgaleo, Weakness Policy, that there is, again, scary. Okay, it's some scary stuff. So, I'm trying to figure out a way of going into this team that makes the most sense. How do I prevent Trick Room? What do I do if they got if they send Sableye as? I don't think that they're going to do both Porygon and Sableye, because to me it doesn't make the most sense. Alright? So I'm dealing with the conundrum of, do I go into this battle expecting Porygon, or do I go into it thinking Sableye? So I picked the Porygon route because I can deal with Sableye much easier than I can deal with Porygon. So Whimsicott to force the reverse Trick Room, Katana because I've got plans for it. And I'm pretty sure I bring Groudon and Eternatus in the back. It is until you think it's not scary. I agree with that, CK. But they are threats to keep an eye on. I know I bring Eternatus because of Zygarde. And Groudon to take away Rain. So, battle start is going to start. Alright. So, let's send out Kyogre and Porygon. Straight away, I'm going, cool, I don't have to worry about the Kyogre all too much. I'm not that threatened by it. Porygon, though, I am. So I'm already strategizing, like, not really strategizing, I've basically figured out how I'm dealing with Porygon. I want to go Trick Room to force them to Trick Room. Like, I want them to have a reverse Trick Room, basically. And then I want to Max Knuckle Porygon. I'm not also concerned about Kyogre. Max Knuckle Porygon, I get my attack boosted, so it becomes really helpful. Yeah, I can't put them to sleep though, CK. I don't have any sleep powder or spore or anything. So they switch Kyogre out for Zamazenta, and I'm just kind of like, yeah, well, whatever, I don't... Zamazenta is probably less of a threat in this current game state than what Kyogre is. I can deal Kyogre easy, Zamazenta not quite as easily, but get myself into a position where I can, and I'm going to succeed. So I get the Max Knuckle off, beautiful, and I deal, what's that? Yeah, about 40 to 45% damage. So I'm going, cool. Well, if they Trick Room this turn, I'm in a really good position because I'm trying to force them to reverse Trick Room. So I get my Trick Room off first, which immediately tells me that they are going to Trick Room. Because Whimsicott's Trick Room is actually not plus, it's -6 instead of -7. So there's the reverse Trick Room, and I'm going, cool. Just in case there's a weird damage roll, I want to Moonblast Porygon 2. To me, I get a lot more out of it, and I basically know that I should actually be able to take Porygon out with just another Max Knuckle. If they go Trick Room again or anything else. Unfortunately, Porygon actually did trace Whimscott's Prankster ability. Good information to know. They get Recover off. Straight away I'm going, well, that's fine. I actually don't care about Recover. Get Moonblast off into Porygon, and I get a crit off by memory. Yep, cool. Very, very important crit. I didn't really need it, but I'll take it either way. That's just how I'm seeing it at this point. Zamazenta brings Whimsicott down to Sash. I'm not at all too concerned because, like, what do I care? I also in this turn learned that Zamazenta is faster than Kartana outside of Tailwind and Trick Room. So I've got Porygon down to basically nothing. I decide that now's the moment to go for Airstream, and if Porygon wants to recover again, I'm actually going to hit it this time with Steel Spike so that I actually get my defense up, as well as it's a stab. I'm now at +2 attack. I believe I can take out a Porygon from about 51-52% health quite nicely, or a P2 with Eviolites, because they'll have Eviolites. So if I go for if I go for a Trick Room, they're gone. If I go for Recover, they're gone. If I go for anything, they're just gone. And I wanted to get Kartana to be faster than Zamazenta. And I get the knockout on Porygon, which then also activates a Beast Boost. I get a critical hit again, actually. I get my first Beast Boost, so now I'm at +3 attack and 1 defense on the Kartana with a Tailwind advantage. And Zamazenta surprisingly used Coaching. I actually wasn't expecting that. So they actually got nothing out of that turn. When they send Zygarde in, so they haven't Dynamaxed yet. They haven't achieved anything outside of bringing Whimsicott down to Sash, and that's just like a, well, big whoop. Like, what are you going to do? So I'm considering Moonblasting Zygarde from here, and I'm just trying to play the mental game of what would I do? Like, I've had these two Pokemon in the previous team. Actually, I still have that previous team made for Series 12. But I'm trying to figure out what I do. I do select, initially, Moonblast into Zygarde, but I'm going, hold up, if I were them, I would protect Zygarde this turn. Again, if they're going to protect, I'd rather just do complete damage into Zamazenta. Moonblast becomes neutral because of the fighting and steel typing that Zamazenta has, and Sacred Sword's super effective, +3 attack from Kartana, and it doesn't care about the raised defense that Zamazenta has. So I make a really good read here. I believe that Zamazenta was going to go for a Coaching into the Zygarde because Coaching bypasses Protect. And then they Rage Quit. I get an awesome read that turn, and they go, well, fuck. How do I continue? It was just awesome. A beautiful read by me. They couldn't do anything else. If they send, they will send out Kyogre, I then quite easily just go Moonblast into Zygarde and Leaf Blade into Kyogre. It was just a really good battle. Okay. Yeah, it just couldn't have gone any better. It's always nice when they rage quits. And that was the first battle for me for the day. So like I finished that battle and went, cool, awesome, that there is one battle and one rage quit. So it was just good. Battle number 2 out of the 2 that I want to show. So they got Eternatus, Kyogre, Yveltal, Dialga, Female Indeedee, and Raichu. So I'm a little bit, not exactly afraid, but Dialga can learn Trick Room, and Raichu can actually learn Fake Out. So I'm a little bit concerned about them going Fake Out, Trick Room into Whim, and then going Max Steel Spike into Whim the following turn. But at the same time, that doesn't mean that they're going to go for it, but it's just something to keep in mind, I guess. So I'm trying to figure out, like, what's the best strategy? I'm going through the Pokemon, and basically, almost all of them are typically special attackers. So I decide, let's go Whimsicott, and then Yveltal. That's going to be my opening, because I've got Snarl on Yveltal. Groudon, Kartana in the back, because they're just super good Pokemon. And we'll call that it. So the biggest concern, again, for this team is Raichu, Dialga. Everything else I can deal with. If they bring Indeedee out at this point, this is all the mind games that's going through my head. If they bring Indeedee out, I don't care, I can just Snarl. Follow Me doesn't actually bother me all too much for this team. They lead Indeedee and Eternatus, and straight away I'm going, cool, I'm in a really good spot. Eternatus is almost always, I've never seen a physical Eternatus, but we're going to play it as if it is special, because that's just the safest way to go. So they get Psychic Terrain up, I can't use Sucker Punch now. It's actually my only priority move on the team that attacks, or that targets opposing Pokemon, and they get Psychic Seed. So I decided to go, well, let's go Tailwind. There's no reason why I shouldn't Tailwind from here, and we'll Snarl. So we start lowering the special attack of both Mon. Surprisingly, they actually go for Helping Hand instead of Follow Me, but I guess that they were maybe expecting a Snarl, or going, I can't actually knock out Eternatus. This Snarl becomes pivotal as well, by the way. Dynamax Cannon, Helping Hand, but it is a -1 special attack. Unable to take Yveltal out. That's just awesome. So I contemplated Protect, but I've gone, well, I've already got Tailwind out. I'm pretty confident that I can take out one of these 2 Pokemon this turn. So I select Moonblast into Eternatus, because that's just what I should do. If they go Follow Me, it's okay. I then take out Indeedee. If they don't go Follow Me, I take out Eternatus. I'd rather take out Eternatus than Indeedee. So both of them are at -1 special defense. And because I've actually shown Snarl, it makes it really hard for them to want to go into Follow Me, because I can just hit both Mon. I get the knockouts on Eternatus. I almost get the knockouts onto Indeedee. If that got a crit, I would have knocked it out, but I wasn't expecting to knock Indeedee out because of Psychic Seed, and I didn't do 50% the first turn. They go Expanding Force. It's probably the only attack that Indeedee has. Doesn't affect Yveltal, and it doesn't even get Whimsicott into the green, despite being a stab move and being significantly boosted by Psychic Terrain. And now they bring out Kyogre. So I'm going awesome. I don't need to worry about Indeedee. Snarl will take care of it. It's Moonblast Kyogre and we'll go Snarl. Because I'm getting so much value out of it. Because they got special attackers. They go for another Helping Hand, so they're going to go try and get something big off. But I get Moonblast. Does about 25% damage. Get Snarl. It does a little bit more than 25% damage. This Kyogre is now down to about 40-45% health remaining. So it's in a really good spot for me to just get rid of it. They go Icy Wind, which actually really surprised me. I've never counted a Kyogre in Series 12 or 13 so far that had Icy Wind. So it was quite surprising to see. So from here I'm trying to figure out, well, who do I go into? I'm going, well, if I go Kartana, that's alright. If I go Groudon, I make Kyogre weaker, because I haven't confirmed what Kyogre's item is. So at the end of it all, I go, well, let's go Groudon. I get Sun, I get to figure out what the last mon is, and with that I can figure out who I want to Dynamax. Do I Dynamax Groudon, or do I Dynamax Kartana? And they send out Dialga. Now at this point I'm going, well, who do they Dynamax? Because Dialga's an interesting option, but Kyogre might want to Dynamax just to survive another turn. So I'm trying to figure out what I'm doing, how many more turns of Psychic Terrain there are, not that it really matters, and how many more turns of Tailwind I have left. I determined that, well, if I Protect, Whimsicott's probably gone due to a Max Steel Spike into it. That's what I'm predicting. Predict that Dialga once they go into Whip. Or either way, I'm probably losing Groudon. So I go Moonblast into Dialga and P-Blades into both of them. I'm fairly confident that if Kyogre doesn't Dynamax, I take it out with P-Blades and it's super effective into Dialga. I Dynamax Dialga, which it does make sense because it's got more health. It's at full HP, it's much more healthier than what the Kyogre is. I get Moonblast off, and I get very lucky, I actually drop its special attack. I go Icy Wind, which tells me immediately, oh god, this Kyogre is max speed Focus Sash. They've gone for the same move, and they are faster than Groudon when I have Tailwind. P-Blades hits both Pokemon. I knock out Kyogre, drop it to 0, do about 50%, do I do 50% damage? How much damage did I do into Dialga? Either way, I activate Weakness Policy and I'm going, crap. I probably should have, like, this moment I'm going, I should have Dynamax Groudon and gone Max Quake into Kyogre. Now I've only got a Kartana left. The good thing though is that Dialga is most likely a special attacker, and the Moonblast dropped the special attack down to -1. So after Weakness Policy, it's just at +1 instead of +2. So it could be a lot worse. So from here, there we go. So I've got it down into the yellow. From here, I got a max HP Kartana. I've got no idea if I'm faster or slower than this Dialga, because it's not a max speed Kartana. But it's bulky. So my plan is, well, we're going to test the waters. Let's see, like, if I go max Knuckle, where does that leave me? And straight away I go, cool. I'm fast. At the very worst, it's a speed tie. At the very best, I'm faster. I get the knockout. I raise my attack up by 1 stage, and they go max Wimbledon. So it brings my attack back down to neutral, but they don't even do half health. So I'm going, cool, awesome. Let's now go with that I am quicker than Dialga, I am going to do another max knuckle. I feel fairly safe with that damage that I just took to go for a max knuckle. I should be able to take it out and take the win. If they max guard, that's just wasting their last turn of Dynamax. If I get the hit, I get the win. And I just took it home. Kept control of the battle. A few moments where I was like, okay, well that's a bit scary. But at the end, I had full control of the battle. So yes, that first battle was so much me reading into what I would do with a Zygarde, because I do have a Zygarde team from Series 12 that had Zamazenta on it as well, and coaching goes through Protect. It was very much a play of, well, if I was them, I would be going Protect, coaching, hoping that Zamazenta survives the turn. So that's why I went with Sacred Sword and Moonblast. But hit the subscribe button, hit that like button, check out some of my other videos, and I've also started a series of competitive guides. The first one's already out, about understanding speed and why it is the most influential stat in Pokemon, how you get speed control, and how you prevent it, which are some things I showed in this video today. So check that out, and happy battling!